yes. Ladies and germs, welcome to Weird Frequencies. Broadcasting live from several different bunkers. It's actually a silo, like the show Silo. Several different silo bunkers deep down under the earth, somewhere under a cornfield in a secret location in central Illinois. And also, the comments on this show are not approved by the FCC or anybody else. The MDA, the FCC, the FBI. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. Anyway, welcome to the show. This is a show where we ask what in the hell is going on with this world, and we're just some regular people trying to figure it out. I am an expert on all kinds of stuff, and Tyler is a ghost expert, and Bigfoot. Bubba is a Bigfoot expert, and no, I'm just kidding. We're not experts at anything. None of us are. Although, well, you can't just be a Bigfoot expert though, because you just say I'm a Bigfoot expert, and you're a Bigfoot expert. But we're not experts. We're just regular people, just like you, and we're just trying to figure it out. But we have our little specialties, though, But I'm Rob, and introduce yourself, everybody. Say hi. Let's go around like the Brady Bunch. I'm Rob. This is. Here's a story of a bunch of weirdos.
I'm Tyler. I'm the ghost. I'm not a ghost expert. I'm just a guy that hunts ghosts, and I think Bigfoot's bullshit.
We're gonna talk a little about Bigfoot tonight later if we have time.
Oh no!
Remind me, Bubba.
I'm Bubba. I believe in Bigfoot. And fuck Tyler. No.
And he just skipped Adam. He jumped right in front of Adam too.
I'm Adam. Like the title says, I'm a seeker of knowledge. I want to know more than I knew the day before.
Oh, damn, that rhymed too. That was pretty awesome. And he's a rapper also. And he's secretly a little buzz. Shh,
Word.
And last but not least, the lovely Connie.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm Connie, and I'm about ready to lose my teeth. That's lovely. Anyway.
These things happen.
I'm a big Bigfoot believer.
Really? Yeah.
I'm a Bigfoot believer. I like Bigfoot.
Okay.
I know there's something there.
I'm out.
I know Tyler says no.
2 against 3 now.
Up on.
Wow.
And I'm not an expert in anything. I like to delve in everything from religions to Bigfoot to the cryptids to, I'm just one big nerd.
Super
weirdo.
Cool. Yeah, that's what we all are. Yeah. Huh. So it's Team Bigfoot down below here. That's pretty awesome.
That's right.
Wow. So, well, at least we can outvote you guys on stuff. I'm just okay, so tonight, if you're just tuning in, we got a bunch of people watching right now. So coming up, we have on the show, first we're going to start off with part 3, and we're going to wrap up our 3-part Giants and Lost Civilizations. Tonight's part 3, Lost Civilizations, Ancient Technology, and the Reset Theory. We're going to talk about that a little bit and kind of end the whole Giants thing. And then after that, Tyler has a special report on the Ark of the Covenant. Dun, 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 dun. That arc. Yeah. So Tyler's gonna go indie on us. Go Indiana Jones on us. And you got a hat you can wear, like some kind of adventure hat of some kind. I don't know.
Be right back. Let me grab my hat.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Work on that. And so
who's short round?
So Adventure Man Tyler's coming back. What's that, Bubba?
Who's short round?
What's that? Sorry.
Short round.
The little kid.
In part 3.
Yeah.
Nobody watched that, man. Come on. Was that Shia LaBeouf?
No.
The Chinese, the one with the Chinese kid. Nah,
Yeah.
no one watched that one. Was it?
That was the second one.
Was it? Yeah. No, I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
it was the second.
So anyway, Ark of the Covenant, and then after that, later on tonight, we're going to talk about cathedrals and bells and why what were they originally used for, and why bells have kind of disappeared off the United States and off the planet, and the reasoning behind it. And, anyway, we're going to talk about that, cathedrals and bells. What were they really for? Dun, dun, dun. So okay, and okay, we're going to kick it off with we're going to add this to the stage, Tyler. This is the first cue, so he's gone anyway. So okay, this is part 3. We're going to kick it off right now with part 3 of our giant series. Tonight, we're just kind of tying everything together, right? Well, we talked about already, giants and why the bones don't exist. We talked about the Nephilim and the Watchers. We talked about the flood as a reset. Now we're going to ask them the question that sits underneath all of it. What if humanity was just more advanced before and we forgot? Not aliens, not magic, not sci-fi, but a civilization or civilizations that rose, collapsed, and vanished long before recorded history. Like these are some of the things I think really have happened, and why history has kind of lied to us, like in school and things like that, like the age of the planet and what's happened here, and we not lied, but they kind of like shifted things to the way they wanted us to believe them, and
I think saying that the planet is like a lot or more millions of years older than what they.
I mean, I don't know about millions, but it's definitely old. But so I think there's definitely been civilizations that have risen and collapsed and vanished, and basically. So, okay, the problem with official history, there's something that most people don't think about. Recorded history only goes back about 5,000 to 6,000 years. But let's see. Hold on. Let me look at this thing right here real quick. Part 2. Here we go.
I think lie is a good word. That's all they've done to us is lie.
Uh-huh.
Here you go. I got part 2.
Is it lying though? Or
you got it? Okay, thank you. So the question is, what were humans doing for another 190,000 years? Because that's how much time's kind of missing. The official narrative skips all of it. We're told that we were hunters, gatherers, simple tools, slow progress, and then there's this big jump, because civilizations don't appear out of nowhere, right? So, part 2, the megalithic structures that don't add up, right? Let's talk about these structures. All over the world, we find megalithic sites, massive stone constructions that modern engineers still argue over. Perfectly cut stone, tight tolerances, impossible weights. And the weirdest part is many of these structures predate civilizations credited with building them. And we see this pattern repeatedly. Later cultures inherit ruins, they repair them, they claim them, and they didn't build the original foundations. So it all... Go ahead.
You got Easter Island, Stonehenge.
Yep. Someone was here before.
The pyramids.
All of this tells us someone was here before. So, Tyler, part 3, ancient technology without electricity. We hear ancient advanced technology, with lasers, and they picture lasers and spaceships. Technology doesn't have to look modern to be advanced. It just has to be effective, repeatable, and lost. So some examples of technology are stone cutting techniques that we can't replicate easily anymore. We can't replicate these stone cutting techniques. There's construction methods without mortar that survive earthquakes. there's these perfectly aligned structures without modern surveying tools, you know. It doesn't mean that they had iPhones. It means they had knowledge that we've lost somehow, you know.
Well, because we depend on things like iPhones. There's no, you know, true artisan craftsmanship anymore. You don't have true experts who don't need equipment. Now they all depend on it.
Well,
Tyler, your hat's wonderful, by the way.
thanks.
Yeah.
Damn, that's amazing.
Way to go, Indy.
You nailed it, dude.
Yeah,
Go
well, hey,
ahead.
I'm not Indiana Jones. I'm Louisiana Larry. You shut up.
We got to find that John Williams song and play it for you, too. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, go ahead.
If you look at, like, for example, we were talking last week about the pyramids and how we think they're actually older and how they actually seem to, if what they're saying is true, they were
And
actually
these
built
new things
at the end.
underneath them.
Yeah, they were built at the end of the Ice Age. The question is, it's like, how do you get the pyramids to be as perfectly smooth in some cases and yet perfectly rough in others? That's the big question, because we thought about it last week and Adam was like, I wonder if maybe, you know, when the glaciers melted, they eroded some of the pyramids and made them smooth.
Yeah,
There was
washed
no
away
glacier.
some of the sand and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right. Well, and the thing is, like, we didn't see it, according to what they know so far, glaciers weren't in Egypt. They didn't get that far south. But that's not to say runoff from the glaciers couldn't have caused, like, the Nile to flood or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's,
You know, or the pyramids that are currently underwater. Maybe they weren't underwater before, but all of the runoff from the melting created those masses of water.
and this is where the argument comes in, like, okay, for those, like, for example, in South America, was because this is where the argument comes in about the idea of extraterrestrials helping out, because there's a lot of evidence to suggest that some of those buildings, some of those temples, and some of the carvings they've done could have been done by what they claim looks almost like a laser. The problem is they don't have a laser back then. You can't just go down to the Home Depot, pick one up back there in ancient Egypt. Where do they get it from?
And also, some
Home
of these
Depot.
places have some of them stones are just so massive, but they also don't originate from there. So they come from somewhere far away that these huge.
That's right. Watch this, Bubba. We're going to watch a little bit of this from
Make sure you
Discovery
unmute.
Channel UK.
It's muted.
Hopefully it works. There we go. All right, let's try this out. Here we go. Watch this. I'm going to skip through, you know, it's kind of long, so I'm going to skip through some of it. But they basically they've kind of figured out how they could move these stones and how they did move them. And they've also found a new scroll recently that showed how the pyramids were made, man. I mean, it's pretty wild. Hold on.
How did Tyler get on there?
And he has a hat like Tyler.
Can pull a 4,000-pound block
Okay, here, this is just them showing you that the block can be pulled, first of all.
up a hill.
I'm confident, 100%.
I mean, look, if this works, you can build the pyramids.
Do you want to try it?
Our ragtag
So
30-man team lines up.
So they built this structure up a hill and used, I don't know how many tons this rock is, 4,000 pounds, I thought they said. And they wet down these slabs on these boards, and they're using ropes and a 30-man team. Watch.
Up into place, a far cry from the hundreds of men that likely populated ancient Egyptian work gangs. Now, before the starting gun goes off, we need to apply our secret ingredient. Water is poured over the slats and the runners on the sledge. Finally, beams are brought in to lift the sledge out of the sand as we make our first pull.
This seems improbable. It's pretty steep grade. Okay, Frank, are we ready?
Yeah. We established
Survivor challenge.
hundreds of feet away at the top of the ramp. But in my mind, there's every...
Oh my God! It's moving! We're too full! It's working!
They did it.
till someone trips and gets sprayed over by foot down the top of the rock.
No kidding.
Isn't that wild though?
Right.
Let's in another sidebar here. Let's talk about ancient civilizations, and this is crazy news right here, man. He's discovered. Look at this.
Hey,
I mean, this-
Skeletor.
But how did they place them to actually get them up there? You know, because you're going to be going.
Yeah,
up there.
I know. Yeah, we'll see
Like
some
once
of
you
that.
get them there, okay.
Then
lift
what?
it.
Yeah, then what? That's where the aliens came in.
But
All
they're
right.
saying that some of these places, those rocks came from like literally like another country. It's weird.
So, okay, check this out. This explains it right here. This is wild, man. I mean, I think this is important. Look at this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. There we go.
Nasty.
Josh again, and this guy has just recently discovered the oldest written document on Earth. I mean, it's older than the books of Enoch, even, and the books of the Red Sea Scrolls, and it basically described how they built the pyramids. Man, check this out.
That's still muted some reason.
Yeah.
Let me share it again.
I love Josh Gates, though.
Yeah, he's my hero.
Yeah, he's a modern day Indiana Jones.
He is, man. He's incredible.
I usually
Shout
watch
out
most
to
of
Josh
these shows.
Jones.
Just think though, he's like got the coolest job in the whole world. He gets paid to go do this stuff.
I think he's just filthy rich anyway. He doesn't even get paid to do it. He just does it because he's just filthy rich and can do whatever he wants. And he probably gets paid too.
Yeah, probably.
My understanding is that you found something very special.
We found something that's totally transformed what we know about the pyramids. Something extraordinary.
Can you show me?
Yeah, of course.
Check out this
You
ancient
walk out into
forklift.
the sweltering desert. In fact, it's so hot, I half expected.
Small pieces of papyrus.
And for people who don't know, papyrus is basically ancient paper made of plant material.
Yeah, it's made of plant material.
And where did you make the find?
In this pit right there.
Right here.
Between the two blocks.
Okay.
It was the last place to excavate.
What did you find?
I brought a copy of what we found to show you.
Oh my word. Look at this. You found a complete roll of papyrus.
Yes, and actually we have found about 50 rolls of papyrus inside this pit.
50.
50.
I wouldn't call it
Which is
complete.
really incredible.
And so, what is it?
We have here the diary of a man whose name is Merer.
And so, who is Merer?
Merer is a small official, probably a sailor, and the head of about 40 men. And this papyrus is giving information about the building of the Great Pyramid of Khufu.
These documents tell us about the construction of the pyramid.
Yeah. Do you want to know what it says?
I'm dying to know what it says.
You can see this small pyramid, which is a symbol which is put at the end of the name.
This is the symbol for the Great Pyramid.
Yeah, this is a pyramid.
The world's first pyramid emoji.
Yeah.
Pierre.
These waterways.
And what these scrolls
They use
reveal
waterways.
is historic.
Listen.
For centuries, one of the great debates about the pyramid's construction was how the building's outer blocks were transported to Giza from a remote quarry in a place called Tura.
For example, here, the team is sailing from the Pyramid of Khufu, and then it is sailing upstream to go to the quarry of Tura, spending the night, and here you have the symbol for sleeping.
It literally tells us what they're doing, where they're working, where they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And the kicker? Merer's diary solves the mystery of how these blocks made it to Giza by revealing that the limestone was transported there by boat, where workers rechanneled the Nile to build artificial lakes, allowing them to float the blocks right up to the edge of the construction site.
It is sailing to this place, and you have this small boat.
I mean, that's it. You have everything.
You have everything.
There you go.
So, how many blocks do you think they would be able to get on these little boats? Like 10 at a time, give or take?
One.
That those type of ancient boats, I'm thinking maybe two at
Two?
most.
Well,
If they're
depends on
like,
the size of the boat, I
if
would
they're
say.
like what, like 4-ton blocks?
I bet that was fun experimenting, trying to find the right boat weight.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, hang on. No, the three we can't do three, more than three. That one just sunk. Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
save them?
It still
Whoops.
doesn't explain lifting those things up.
No, it doesn't.
Like say the very top piece. It's
The capstone.
All right.
What if it was a mountain to begin with, and they just cut it down and carved it out? But, I mean, it would explain
Right.
rock from other places, but
So, wrapping up giants and lost civilizations and ancient tech. The reset theory, in the part 4, why everything disappears. And this is where the flood stories come back, but not as a single global flood. Think bigger. Think multiple catastrophes like massive floods, ice ages, volcanic winters, sea levels rise, asteroid impacts. Every time the planet resets, coastlines disappear. And here's the kicker: advanced civilizations would almost certainly live near water most of the time, right? Because of trade and food and transportation. So when these big flood happens, and changes in the earth, like they get wiped out first. So, which means the most advanced sites, maybe right now, think about this, are underwater or buried or destroyed, not necessarily hidden by governments, but hidden by time.
Well, that goes in league with like the Younger Dryas impact theory too, is that they claim the last ice age was prolonged because of an impact from the Taurid meteor stream.
Yeah.
And they believe there are perhaps some civilizations that were blooming up that we haven't found, that were buried because of either flooding or glacial runoff, for example, or they were just destroyed by this. Because what happened was the ice age was lightening up, it was finally starting to warm up, and then they claimed this impact happened from like an asteroid or a comet, made the planet much more colder for another 5 years, and that's why some things like the woolly mammoths and the dire wolves, for example, were extinct. But they're also thinking that's what caused a lot of civilizations we haven't discovered yet to disappear. That's why, like, Gobekli Tepe is such a big deal, because nobody knew it was there. There was no evidence to suggest it was there. It wasn't found until like years ago, and they still don't know what it is.
Yeah, because a meteor impact would have kicked a lot of dust into the air, but also could have triggered things like volcanic eruptions, which would have thrown ash into the air and stuff like that, and it would have blocked sunlight from getting to the planet.
And with flooding, so a lot of times there's a lot of moving water, and if that goes and hits some sort of civilization, it could spread that out all over the place and make it a lot harder to find any kind of artifact.
Here's another thing. Why don't we find the tech? People ask if there were advanced civilizations, where's the tech? Where's it at? Well, so here's some uncomfortable truths. Most technology doesn't fossilize, right? Plastic breaks down. Think about it. Electronics corrode, metals rust, organic materials vanish,
decay,
right? You know what survives? Stone, which means we might be finding the bones of cities, but not the skins. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that's one argument with like Atlantis, for example. Like, I don't believe Atlantis had like super technology like flying crystals or some shit like that. But the argument is that Atlantis was washed away into the ocean. If you're dealing with metals, for example, like what Rob's talking about, not only do you have to worry about the metals degrading over time, but you're adding seawater to that. Look at the Titanic, for example. Look at all the ships sunk from World War II. That metal degraded.
And how that thing has almost fallen apart in just a few years. If you look at the whole span of time,
its pool still holds water though.
It's been down there 75 years or something. What'd you say?
I said its pool still holds water though.
Oh, but I'm bummed. So yeah, if a civilization collapsed 10,000 or 20,000 years ago, we wouldn't find laptops, right?
Yeah.
But we will find stonework, and we do. So
And hieroglyphics.
yeah. So okay, part 6, the giants connection revisited. So why do giants fit into this? And what's the whole thing with giants and civilizations? And this is part 3. The giants weren't necessarily about size; they were about power. The giants of the ancient stories just might have been the elites and rulers and technologically superior groups, and they're just remembered as larger than life figures because there's no bones anywhere. And when a civilization collapses, the survivors kind of mythologicalize the past. Kings become gods, leaders become giants, advanced knowledge becomes forbidden. That's how history turns into legend. And we're going to talk about how that fits into the churches. So why?
Did you see Julie's got her theory too?
What's Julie say? I missed the chat. 8 comments.
Julie says it's the Men in Black. We were all flashy.
Flashy.
Thing.
We were neuralized.
Yeah.
Maybe, Julie. Maybe. You might be right. What? Big Q saw a Yeti last night around Lake Springfield.
He's full of shit.
He did. I saw.
No, he did. It's a Christmas decoration. It's from Rudolph the fucking red-nosed reindeer.
Okay. All right.
It's still
How
a
do you know
Yeti.
they just didn't take it and disappeared? Like, I live near Cahokia Mounds, okay, where the big mounds are.
Yeah,
And
wow.
St.
That's
Louis
a
used to
mystical
have-
area.
St. Louis used to have mounds too. As a matter of fact, the one where the Gateway Arches used to be a big mound, and they quote unquote said that they did find a giant within that mound. And they sent it off, of course, and it disappeared. But it was in the newspapers that they did find a giant.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. Because Smithsonian claims they don't have any.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to talk about the Smithsonian. I mean, there is, I don't know if anybody ever watches Instagram, but there is, because I'm a paleo junkie, there's a place in Alaska called the Boneyard, Alaska. This is where they found a lot of like fossilized animals in a gold spot. They have found like almost fully intact woolly mammoths. They found animals they can't identify yet. They supposedly have saber-toothed tiger skulls, but they can't. They sent all these fossils off to the Alaskan Museum. The Alaskan Museum took those fossils and got rid of them. Now, there was also the original owner sent a bunch of those fossils off to the Smithsonian as well, because these are several acre lands that they own, and they're just finding left and right the fossil remains of elephant tusks, woolly mammoth tusks, woolly rhinos, dire wolves, stuff like that. The Smithsonian took all the samples from this site before the guy who bought it originally had it, loaded them onto a train car, and dropped the train car into the Hudson River. Those are thousands of specimens of fossil specimens. Now, the current owner discovered this, and literally on a couple podcasts he went on, he dropped the coordinates where the train car was. Guess what? Within a week, divers found the train car, and they've been exhuming. There's 5 train cars in this area full of fossils from Ice Age animals to even fucking dinosaurs. And people are wondering, well, why did the Smithsonian dump them? Why did the Smithsonian dump all these fossils? These are fossils that, belong in museums, and
they either didn't want to deal with all that at the time, or they were trying to hide something, or
no, I think it came down to is that they don't want it's easier for them to hide history than it is to rewrite it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is why, there's a difference between, like you say, fossilization and what fossilizes and what disappears. And this is the part people don't like to hear. It's not always a conspiracy. Sometimes knowledge just disappears because the people who held it died. And they also report crazy stuff and they also make things disappear like those train cars. But way back in ancient history, those people just died, and the writing didn't exist yet, possibly, and disasters have wiped out the records of these people. You know, that's what's happened. The records of all these civilizations that have been on this planet before us have been fucking wiped out because of these disasters, and that's why there's no, excuse my language, but in other words, civilizations, we don't pass the torch very smoothly on to the next civilization. We kind of drop it, and humanity starts over again. I mean, and then I think that's what's happened on this planet. I really do. I mean, I'm not saying everybody on this cast agrees with me with this, but that's my feeling about it. So let me be clear. The end here, basically. My final position: no hype, no fear. Do I believe there was a globe-spanning, hyper-advanced civilization with flying machines? No. Do I believe that humans were more sophisticated, organized, and capable than we give ancient people credit for? Yes. Do I believe civilization may have collapsed and restarted multiple times? Also, yes. But that's not mystical. That's just geological reality. So there we go.
I just want to throw this out there. What if the technologically advanced civilizations that we can't find, what if they were only technologically advanced compared to the rest of that current world? And maybe they're not as advanced as we are. And that's why we overlook it.
That
Because
could be.
it's like, yeah, maybe they were using, pulleys and levers before other civilizations
that was
were
considered highly advanced then.
Yeah, that'd be considered highly advanced for them, but definitely not for us. So we would just overlook it.
So, yeah, you're
Just
right.
throwing that out there.
So here's what this all means for us. This My Big Giant, the 3-part trilogy, that I've done so far. This is the last one. Here's the reason all this matters. Not because of the past, because of the future. Every ancient warning story says the same thing. When knowledge outpaces wisdom, when power concentrates, when balance is lost, collapse follows. Giants fall, civilization resets, and history forgets and messes it all up, and sometimes even lies to us and changes us. They lie to us to kind of change us in different directions. But then the cycle just begins again, and we're just in the middle of this cycle. Okay, my final verdict on this, and we'll move on to Tyler and the adventures. Do you got John Williams' theme from Indiana Jones ready to queue up?
Copyright claims so fast for that.
10 seconds of it. That's 10 seconds of it. That's all we need. Come on now. The Giants, that's right. The Giants weren't monsters. They were memories, though. Sorry, everyone. Ancient civilizations weren't myths. They were forgotten chapters. The greatest lie we tell ourselves isn't that we came from nothing. It's that we're the first ones here. We're not. So there you go. That concludes my 3 parts of the Giant series: Lost Civilizations, Ancient Technology, and the Reset Theory. There you go.
Are we ready for another reset?
Yeah, get ready for another reset, everybody.
No,
Good
we're not
question,
ready for
Connie.
that damn reset.
Not anytime soon, now. Yes, now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for Tyler's special report on
Love it.
Welcome to the stage,
Ark of the
Jacksonville, Tyler.
No, I'm not Indiana Jones. I'm the Timu version. I'm Louisiana Larry. All right, so I wanted to.
Can we put you on the main screen?
Yeah.
How do we do that? Yeah, zoom yourself in there. There you go. All right.
I'm also wearing my
pick our
Halloween
nose and
costume,
drink
for God's
coffee
sakes,
and
because Rob's like, "Oh, you need to look authentic." Oh,
You look
yeah.
amazing, dude. I'm ready. We're ready now. Woo!
All right. So this kind of goes. I wanted to cover this because it kind of goes in tandem with what we've been covering with the ancient civilizations and whatnot. So, what do you guys know about the Ark of the Covenant? What does anybody know? Speak up.
In Indiana Jones movie.
I know it is a religious artifact / icon. I
Powerful
know
weapon, possibly contains God's staff, and some
All
things are in there that belong to God Himself and Jesus, right?
All right. So supposedly, according to legend, the Ark of the Covenant consists of.
If you open it, your face will melt.
Well, I think that's pretty much everything nowadays. You know,
Scariest part of those movies. Damn. I mean, we were all little kids, and we went to the drive-in, and them dudes' faces melting off. That was some scary shit, wasn't it? Am I wrong? That scarred me a little. Anyway, go ahead.
So supposedly, the Ark of the Covenant, it was erected shortly after the Moses' exodus from Egypt. It consists of a pot of manna, which is supposedly the leftover energy from when the world was created, Noah's staff, and the 10 Commandments.
Wow.
There are various reports also that it supposedly contains Moses' ashes. That Moses was, when he died, was also, his body was placed inside the ark. Wow. So, but the problem is there's so many misconceptions. So this is what we do know that it supposedly carries. That this is what's confirmed to be. Every religion has its own theories about the ark. The pot of manna, which is the leftover energy from when God created the earth. The staff, Noah's staff, and then Moses' staff, and then the 10 Commandments. According to Exodus, God instructed Moses to build the ark during his 40-day stay on Mount Sinai. On Mount Sinai. Yeah, thank you. I can't pronounce that.
Moses built it?
Yes, he instructed Moses to build it. Okay. He instructed it to be made of gold with acacia wood with 2 eagles on it, various decorations on the side of it. So basically, and here's the scary part about this. The prop used in Raiders, since we're talking about this, basically Raiders somewhat, that's as close to an actual restoration. That was actually historically based upon what the supposed description of the ark is.
Was it made out of gold?
It was made out of, it's gold plated. So the box itself is plated in this gold. The gold is acting as a container. According to myth, it's 2 boxes. You had the regular wooden box inside with this golden case to protect it. All right. Now, during the book of Exodus, it was also said that they fled. Once the ark was completed, that's where all these items were deposited in. It never says whether or not Moses died after the completion of the ark or what. It just says that the ark was then carried from location to location by the Israelites during 40 years. They were wandering in the deserts. Wherever the Israelites camped, the ark was placed in a tent, a meeting inside the tabernacle. According to biblical narrative, a few years later, the elders of Israel decided to take the ark onto the battlefield to assist them against the Philistines. They believed that if they had this holy relic, it would give their soldiers blessing and power and all that stuff, and encourage them to go fight valiantly in battle. That didn't work. That didn't work. The Philistines took the ark to several places in their country, and at each place, misfortune befell them. There was reports of earthquakes, or reports of, the usual biblical plagues, earthquakes. There was reports of viruses, bacteria, disease running around. You had reports of famine, all that stuff. This is one of the oldest depictions of the ark from the Philistines. This is the ark here being towed by the 2 oxen, and this also supposedly depicts the ruin the ark left in its wake. Because according to many people, they said that the Philistines were not supposed to take the ark. Nobody was supposed to take the ark. The Israelites were not supposed to use it in battle, but they were being stupid and did it anyways. At At a shot, it was placed in a temple near, and Dagon. The next morning, Dagon was found destroyed, bowed down before it, and upon being restored to its place was the ark. So basically, the temple of Dagon was destroyed. The only thing that survived and was unscathed was the Ark of the Covenant. At which point the Philistines said, okay, give it back to the fucking Israelites. We don't want it. This is causing more problems than anything else. After the ark had been with them for several months, on the advice of their diviners, their prophets, they returned it to the Israelites, accompanying it. Its return with an offering consisting of golden images of the tumors and mice wherewith they had been afflicted. So this is where it gets interesting, because this is the only time that the Ark of the Covenant is altered. They actually altered it. They redesigned it. They placed on it golden plates depicting the plagues, mice, insects, sickness. These could also be considered as ancient warning signs. Like, you know how you'll go into a restaurant, you'll go into, like, say, let's say a restaurant, let's say, caution, this is hot, you know. That's what the theory is that these really were originally. So once it was returned to the Israelites, they set up on the field of Joshua in Beret Shemesh, and they offered sacrifices and burnt offerings according to the first 5 verses of 1 Samuel 6, verse 19. Under the Saul, though, the ark was with the army for a very long time, accompanied by the Philistines, and here is where it disappears. Overnight, the ark, literally, a plan was made to just take the ark and take it to an undisclosed location, because many people feared that the power of whatever is inside the ark is too much for modern man. This is where your favorite scene comes in, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
People who supposedly tried to open the ark, it was said that they were met with a sensational burning that they had never felt before, as if they had placed their face into the fires, the primordial fires of hell. Now, before we continue any further with the history of the ark, I got a theory on whatever is inside the ark, what's causing all this. I mean, I don't know what's causing the plagues or the ruins or the
Moses' alien ashes.
I actually have a thought, I guess. Yeah. It's not a fact, but, fun theory. What if the Ark of the Covenant is kind of like a Pandora's box?
It could be.
I mean, it's just a thought. There's, you open the box and bad things happen.
It could be. It could very well be a Christianity version, a Catholicism version of the Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's a lot to unpack with this, so I'm trying to give you guys cliff notes.
Okay.
After the ark disappears, the ark is once again discovered. It's presented to King David. King David, from Kiriath-Jearim, was given the ark and was told to keep it sacred and keep it protected. So he commanded the ark be placed in his temple in Jerusalem. There, the ark stayed for several years until it was eventually once again relocated. But this time, no one had given the order to relocate the ark. King David did not give the orders to relocate it. King David did not told anybody to relocate it. When David fled Jerusalem at the approach of, the Levites, I'm trying to get that name correct.
Levites. Yeah.
Levites, thank you. The Levites were approaching Jerusalem. David had to flee because the Levites were after David. He immediately told them, remove the ark first and then I will follow. Though it was too late, the ark was already gone. And he didn't even have any idea about it. He didn't know. In fact, there's no record as where it went to, but there is another location where it pops up at. It's after a few years, it pops up at King Solomon's temple in Zion.
Sinai, yeah.
Well, Zion, at Zion.
Zion. Okay.
Who's dressed like fucking Louisiana Larry here, Adam? God damn.
I'm Sorry.
I feel bad. I screw him up too.
That makes him an expert instantly. Just put that hat on.
That's right. I'm an expert. Now, Adam, how do you pronounce this next word? I'm just kidding.
Say if you send me a word, I'll tell you how to pronounce it.
So basically, what happens is that the ark bounces around the Middle East for the next 100 years, and we're talking it's visiting all the great vacation spots. We're talking Jerusalem. We're talking Cathedral. We're talking. It's basically, but the problem is that a lot of people don't know it's there until it leaves. A lot of people don't know that the ark is actually there until it is left, which is interesting. So it's kind of like a ghost type object, if you will. Now, the theory is that, and there's more to this because there's more people who try to search for the Ark of the Covenant as well. For example, Charlemagne, the Emperor Charlemagne, he tried searching for it while he was searching for the Holy Grail. He died on his deathbed claiming that he knew exactly where the Ark of the Covenant was, and he kept it quiet. So he took that one to his grave. There's also, of course, what Raiders of the Lost Ark was based upon, and that's the Nazis. The Nazis attempted to look for it when they started scouring the desert for long-lost hidden relics that they thought could give them power and a one-up against the Allies. But it's gotten to the point where the Ark has just disappeared once again, and nobody knows where it's at. Now, the Quran, this is where it's interesting, too, because everybody knows the Quran. The Quran is a Muslim, the Islamic Bible, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody claims that, if you're a member of Islam, you claim that, and this is pretty much almost every religion, yours is the only true religion, correct? Well, the Islamic religion even references the Ark of the Covenant.
They have the same characters.
The same characters. Yeah. It's even referenced more, which makes you wonder, is the Ark of the Covenant really, as some people are considering it, a Catholic artifact from God, or is it more of an Islamic artifact?
They call it the same thing?
They call it the exact same thing, the Ark of the Covenant.
Well, that's why I called it just a religious icon. In
the Quran, I'm going to put this in the chat. Adam, maybe I'm actually being serious. Maybe you could help me figure out what this is, how to pronounce that. And I am sweating my ass off in this coat and hat.
So, at what point do they think that, like, the Templars got a hold of it?
I'll get to that here in a minute.
So that's Surah
slow down, Bubba.
Surah al-Baqarah?
Yeah.
Okay, in Surah al-Baqarah 248, it says, and I quote, "Their prophet further told them the sign of Saul's kingship is that of the ark which is covenanted upon, which will come to you, containing reassurance from your Lord and relics of the family of Moses and the family of Aaron, which will be carried by the angels. Surely in this is a sign for you if you truly believe." So it's interesting. You have two of the largest religions right now, Catholicism, Christianity, and you have Islam, and they're both referencing the Ark of the Covenant, which means it's not just one religion that this is based upon. It's now based in a second religion. It's not based in any other religion. It's not based in Judaism. It's not based in Hindu. It's based in those two alone. So now, Bubba mentioned earlier the Knights Templar. Supposedly, according to myth, when the Emperor Charlemagne discovered the location of the Ark and actually verified it was there with his eyes, that's when he supposedly gave it to the Knights Templar and told them to move it and protect it. That's the argument. The Knights Templar, if you don't know, they're supposedly a secret religious group. They hide all the religious items, from the Holy Grail, the Spear of Longinus, the True Cross, the Ark of the Covenant, all that stuff. some people have theorized they work out of like Vatican City, that they actually work with the Vatican Church, with Vatican City, but it's one of those like myths, one of those things that's unfounded in fact.
If the Vatican said that they had it in their vault, I'd believe it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's symbols that tie the Knights of Templar to like the Vatican and stuff like that, and other places throughout Europe.
But the Indiana Jones, that there's no real truth to that with the Nazis. That story that was all made up, correct?
So there was an Operation Earthworm. This is what Hitler put in effect because when the Nazis started to invade Africa, he declared that he wanted his officers and the SS to go SS on behalf of the occult, because Hitler was very much an occult.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He sent his officers and intel agents out to try and locate historic relics that would literally help give the Nazis an edge.
So there was kind of some truth to it.
Right.
Historic and religious, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, I mean, going through your timeline there, I mean, where's the last recorded location of it, really?
The last recorded location, that is going to be, let me go up here. The last recorded location was in Ireland between 1899 and 1902.
So that recent they had a location of it?
Yeah, British and Israeli Association of London carried out limited excavations of the Hill of Tara in Ireland looking for the Ark of the Covenant. Irish nationalists, including Maud Gonne and the Royal Society of Antiquities of Ireland, believed at some point the Ark had made its way across Europe into Ireland. They had reasonable intelligence and information, including first-hand accounts and eyewitness accounts seeing the actual Ark. However, once they dug through this hill, they destroyed a hill. It supposedly was buried at a hill near buried at a hill. I don't even have the hill's name in front of me. I'm sorry about that. They dug this hill up. They destroyed it. They leveled it. They had no sign of it. Now here's where it gets really strange. That same year in 1902, the British train stations, the British had just started building their trains because they were starting to get more into industrialization. Overnight, the British Royal Air Force put together a train system within a span of 24 hours. It was supposedly, according to them, it was a train that was to help move troops across Ireland into the United Kingdom because of the fears of the tensions with the Ottoman Empire, Germany, World War I. The problem was that wasn't for a few years. They built this train overnight, and it had one train run across from Ireland into the United Kingdom, and then they never used it again. What would you build overnight and move once just to make sure, and to claim that, it's, we're preparing for in case we have to go to war with the Ottoman Empire? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No.
It's believed that the British government may have found out they were correct. That was the location of the Ark of the Covenant, and it's believed they may have moved the Ark out before anybody found it. Now, recently, this is the latest one here. I mentioned this last week. There are monks of the Ethiopian Orthodox that are coming down with all manners of sickness and illness. And this is being reported by Graham Hancock, who I like Graham Hancock, but I also hate Graham Hancock because he's one of those guys who threw his hands up in the air. The world's going to end in 2012. We're all fucked. Well, yeah, we're still here. But several of these monks at the Chapel of the Tablet in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion have been coming down with large amounts of illnesses such as severe radiation poisoning, loss of sight, rapid illness leading to death, hair loss, skin loss. And you think back to all the rumors about, the Ark when the Israelites lost it. What was the first thing that happened? Large amounts of plague.
Yeah.
What's not to say that these monks at this chapel are currently protecting it or were protecting it? Because we don't know. They could have moved it by now.
Yeah, I mean, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church still asserts that it is still there. That it was brought by Menelik I, who was the son of King Solomon and Queen Sheba, and the Queen of Sheba.
Yes.
So.
And this year, for those wondering, this is as close to a recreation of what the Ark of the Covenant looks like. This is the closest recreation you can get to it. Also, if you want to buy this recreation, I want to point out it's on sale at Holy Land Gifts for $58.99. But this is a modern scientific interpretation of what the Ark of the Covenant looks like. Very similar to what they had in Raiders.
It can perfectly carry a stick, 2 slabs of stone, and a pot.
And perhaps remains of one pissed off Moses.
Yes. But that could be put in the pot too.
Right.
I mean, I'd hope not, but...
And they also believe that it could have possibly be at Oak Island.
Could be where?
Oak Island.
I don't know. I know the formal claims are it
That
could
was
be
a
hidden
bad
under
joke.
the Temple
Tyler.
Mount, Israel, or it could be in Jordan, near Mount Nebo.
That's what they think it is. It's either in Mount Nebo. I personally think something like that. If it's what they claim it is, I'm sorry. In this day and age, you're not going to keep a secret like that for long.
Well, and you're also not going to have cheap knockoffs of it.
No, not
People
like
are
the
gonna
Holy
make
Grail where there were cheap
replicas.
knockoffs.
Yeah, people are going to claim that they have it and make a replica of it. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to find the Ark, and it's going to be number 1 of 1 carved on it somewhere.
I wonder where the Ark is from the Indiana Jones movies. The actual Ark
Movie prop.
The prop.
It's in the warehouse, don't you know?
At the
At
end,
the end of the movie.
I can show you where it's at right here exactly.
Somebody buy it on eBay.
No, it's at the. Let's see. It is currently. They found it back in 2012 because it was missing for a while.
Here.
A lot of the props. It was found in Paramount's. It was found in Paramount's warehouse.
How can it make a mint off that?
Wow.
But
They
yeah,
just
I
left it
wasn't
laying
joking
around.
about when I said Oak Island.
Yeah, there it is. That's the original Ark from Raiders.
But they didn't find nothing on Oak Island except some
Not
chunks
yet.
of wood.
Yeah.
And
What
like
what they found was more reasons
coin.
to keep the show going. Because
every week it'd be like, look, we found this piece of wood. Like, what the hell?
We found a railroad tie that we're going to claim was
Man,
an
that's
actual support
amazing.
of a building.
And they found Roman coins so far.
That's about it, brother. Like one coin.
I
I
doubt.
have
Like
lots of
six.
theories with the Ark. I mean, especially
That
like
place sucks,
in
brother.
Ethiopia, they have like a monolith that's been spilt over, but they have other ones. But under one is a carving in the rock of the Ark. Okay, they have had a few people break into that church.
Where?
And they've seen it, but they also died. But they have a picture this guy took. I don't even know if I can show you this on here or how well it will show
I'll
up.
bring you up.
We can see it. Yeah, there you go.
That's what he saw.
Wow.
Now, the thing is with Exodus, when he's talking to Moses to build it, he says, this is for me to talk to you, to see you. So that tells me it's a communication device. If it's surrounded in gold and the wood, this is conductors, this is,
Right.
and it
cell
said
phones.
that in the tent, that when you went in there, you could only go in there during a special time, and that a cloud would come down over the tent, and then it would appear between the two cherubims. Now, the elephant in the room, to me, if you're wanting to talk to God, why do you need a communication device to begin with?
Maybe it's for him to talk back.
Well, it is, but it's just, you're God. You can talk back anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of
Yeah.
wasn't
You
used
don't
gold,
need like
big
a
gold thing,
focus or anything like that.
a big
So,
giant cell phone to God.
Today we talk to God through prayer. Is anyone listening?
I don't know. I keep getting a busy tone.
Please call back.
Pretty sure his
The voicemail belonging to God has not been set up yet.
Well, now here's the weird thing about the ark too.
Or it's full, yeah.
Here's the weird thing, and maybe you could, since you know a little bit about this too, Connie. They mention a throne every once in a while, that the ark will sit on its throne. But the problem is like, where does the throne come from? Because all I see is a box. Is it like there's a? I don't get it.
Well, maybe the gold outside is the throne.
Well, they claim that only the chosen one may open the Ark of the Covenant, and only the chosen one may sit on its throne after he has opened it. But what throne? Is there like a throne inside of it? That's my question.
No. The throne that they're referring to is the spot between the two eagles. There's supposed to be a spot large enough to sit. And that is the throne.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
seat.
Yep. That is the seat that they refer to.
Because I kept coming back to that, and I'm like, what does it mean? Well, that's the case in the
It has a
Popcorn
specific
Raiders
name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's like the Throne of Mercy or something like that.
Right.
Something to that effect.
The mercy seat.
Yep.
It's it.
There you go. But
Julie
that's
said it's a spirit box.
The Ethiopian Orthodox Church asserts that it's housed in Aksum.
Yep.
Which, I don't know. There's so many religions that the weird thing is too is that this coincides with so many religions outside of Catholicism, Christianity, and Islam.
It does.
That it's almost like this. Like, okay, you look at, for example, Judaism. You look at Christianity and Judaism. Christians, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I've heard. Christians believe that Christ is the Son of God.
Yeah.
Members of the Jewish faith do not believe the Son of God has arrived yet, that he was not the Son of God. But yet, there's a misconception right there in which you have one religion claiming that this was the Son of God, yet the other claiming this wasn't. This is one of the rare instances where multiple religions refer and confirm that there was an Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
I mean,
even in some religions, they show Muhammad as a prophet, but they also show Jesus as just a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
It still connects kind of without referring to Jesus as the Son of God or having some holy birthright.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird.
On our explanation, he'd be a demigod.
Jesus was pretty documented too, wasn't he? I mean,
and Jesus was documented.
Mm-hmm.
Not
he
a lot
was
in his early life.
documented. It was like at the very beginning, and then like once he hit like I think it was 20 to 32. But his childhood has never been officially documented.
No,
in that one book.
Yeah.
The Lost Book.
Mhm.
What are we looking at there, Tyler?
This is supposedly, so this covers everything the Ark supposedly had on it. The
Uh-huh.
cherubim, divine creatures mark the location where God's divine presence rested on the Ark's cover. So supposedly this is where God sat. The cover, which is God's throne, was a golden cover topped with winged cherubim. The cover,
Cherubim.
thank you. The cover slid into place over the chest. The chest itself was made of acacia wood, covered with beaten gold. It included special molding around the top. The chest was the footstool for God's throne.
Did you say acacia wood?
Yes.
It's real thorny wood. They, obviously they take the bark and all that off. But
Right. The Ark contained 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, the record of God's covenant with Israel. The poles beneath the chest were placed in golden rings. These could collapse beneath the chest when not being carried.
I also believe that the acacia thorns, if you get stuck with it, it's a little poisonous. I might be wrong, but
I'm saying no because my dog keeps bugging me. What's my crackers?
So yeah, that's basically all I got on the Ark. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it pops up every once in a while and then it's gone. It's just gone. It's one of those things, it's like, personally, I find it interesting how it keeps almost changing locations every so often. Whether it's changing locations by men moving in, or like the Knights Templar, the Catholic Church, or whether it's whatever. It's so interesting to see how you'll find it, you'll hear about it, where it's located, and it's gone. But then also at the same time, you hear it was here, but now you can't see it because it's gone.
Yeah. Now, to answer Bubba's question, the
they
acacia
are.
tree, some species can release poisonous tannins into their leaves when threatened by grazers. It's a hard, dense, and rot-resistant wood found in the desert, which is ideal for the Ark.
And this is what I found. It says that many acacia species have thorns that can be considered poisonous or highly irritating. They often produce toxic compounds, including cyanogenic, glycosides, or tannic acid that can cause significant pain, inflammation, swelling, and potential infection if they puncture the skin. Some, such as acacia carew, use these thorns to deliver irritating sap into wounds.
Julie has a good point in the chat as well. The acacia wood / thorns were what the crown of thorns were made at the crucifixion.
But what if the Ark is if it's some type of device, and if you open it improperly, somebody's going to get sick? And then there's the decay theory. What if it is decaying, and that's why people are getting sick?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there were rumors that when people grabbed the 2 cherubim on top, they'd feel some type of feeling, whether it was electricity and it was flowing through them, but they said it was God because electricity was not known yet.
Well, some of them got killed.
Yeah.
There was, I forget his name, but he touched it because the ox was falling, and he touched the Ark because he was afraid it was going to fall. I guess, I don't know, but he was instantly killed. And they were saying it was God's doing and all that, which I think is hooey. Yeah, that's it.
Uzzah, an Israelite, tried to prevent the Ark from falling off a cart during his transport to Jerusalem. Because he touched the holy objects, God's anger was aroused, and he died instantly beside it.
So what if it was just an electrical current that got to his heart and took it out?
Now here's where it kind of gets into what we were talking about earlier with ancient technology. What back then, let's say it is some type of electricity, what back then could generate enough power to kill someone instantly?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't really know. And who gave it to him? Who gave him that technology?
What if
God?
What if it was the mixture of gold and the toxins from the acacia tree that formed this generic battery? And it just stored that energy until someone touched it and it discharged.
I do believe you. Julie says, Connie, I do believe you are right. I do believe it's a communication device. I think God needed a way for the high priest to get the messages. Moses is the only one who saw God.
True.
It's
He
just
was
wild
one song.
how it's been, documented everywhere it went, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. Goodbye.
Yeah. It's like
How do
literally
they keep such good records and then nothing?
Yeah.
it's like it's almost got the same sketchy history as the Holy Grail, the cup that Christ drank on before he died.
I mean, you had Ethiopia claiming to have it. You have Saudi Arabia claiming to have it. Claims of it being in Rome still, or being in Jerusalem still, being in Jordan. I mean, but yet no one can take a picture. No one can show. And how would we verify?
We
I mean,
can't.
really? Yeah.
Well, what if it's possible that there's something missing here where we're not seeing it with the Ark? There's something missing where it's like there's this gap between 1902 and now, where they believe these monks may have had it at some point because they started getting sick and everything. I don't know. It's just there's like this huge gap between then and now, and it's like a lot could have happened to it. Maybe it got split open or something. Maybe they have copies in case, because the last group to try and go after it was the Nazis. What's not to say another military group or political group doesn't try and do that again.
Yeah, you're right.
What if it never existed to begin with?
Huh.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just
You
another
don't.
theory.
You
Yeah,
don't.
Bubba's right. What if it never existed?
Yeah.
So, what if the reason we don't have photographs of it is it cannot be photographed?
There's another good one.
That there is something with the chemicals in it that it's made out of, or something that it just cannot show up correctly on film.
Yeah, but now we're not dealing with film. We're dealing with modern digital cameras, and yeah, that's a little different. But I get, a camera itself not being able to take it way back when.
Mhm.
But maybe the frequencies that come off of the Ark kind of cancel the digital side.
Well, okay, so if it's giving off some form of energy, you have to take into consideration how that energy is going to react with things outside. Like, for example, we know if you detonate a nuclear warhead in the atmosphere above New York, guess what? Everything electronic in New York shuts down. That's not EMP reinforced. What if you're dealing with something similar and that's a constant, energy cycle that fries out electronics or fries out certain mechanical components?
Could be. I mean, we don't have a way to verify, and that's kind of what sucks about this.
No shit, right?
There is nothing. There's no proof anywhere. Just claims. And that's kind of where we're stuck.
I gotta know, Rob. What do you think?
About what?
About the Ark of the Covenant. Our discussion.
My final thoughts here. Do you mean like?
Yeah. I know you're getting your next segment.
I was, yeah. I'm sorry. I was getting ready for some stuff there, but I just think that it's a great story at this point. I'm all about proof and evidence, though. And I try to think like that. And right now we got nothing. So except a bunch of nice stories,
Bunch of nice
and
stories, and all
good,
that.
really good descriptions and cool movies about it. But it's
and this is what I hate. There's more evidence for fucking Bigfoot than the Ark of the Covenant.
yeah, and that's what's crazy. How it's just this is obviously something dangerous. That maybe that the world just said, hey, you just can't let this out. We just have to hide this, and no one is worthy enough to even wield it. And we just got to hide it forever. Because it sure seems to be lost. So
I just, like I said, I don't know. I mean, the fact that it couldn't, maybe it never existed. Maybe that's why there's no pictures. It don't exist.
Well, yeah, I mean, it had there been pictures taken in the 1890s because that was the last time we saw it, right?
Yeah, well, there are pictures, but they're not pictures like, say, here's a photo of it, on display. It's more like paintings, like Renaissance paintings and whatnot. But that's all we have. But a picture.
Yeah, and there's even it's not verified.
Right.
Right.
People saying that it is, but there's no expert verification or anything like that.
How would you verify it, even if you found it?
I don't know, maybe take a sliver of some of the wood and the gold and carbon date it.
You lick the side of it and see if you die.
No, Tyler, that is a box I will not lick. Okay.
For all we know, it could be a box that looks like a giant rock, and this is all just the actual what the covenant looks like is to deter people from finding the actual thing. Like, I don't know. I mean,
well, that was awesome, man.
I tried my best.
Super cool, yeah. Super cool report by Tyler there. Special report from Adventurer Tyler.
You and I can take this damn hat and coat off.
No, Skeletor, you would not lick that box.
It'll melt your damn face.
Well,
Skeletor would. He'll lick anything.
I was looking at the comment. Somebody said, "What are you all gayed? Gayed? G-A-Y-D? We're gayed. We're gayed up." I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they gayed with
Are
their
you gayed?
Freddy costume they have there?
That was like at the beginning of the
No
show.
offense or nothing, but no,
Are
I don't
you
know.
gayed? Are you gayed?
I'm not
Why are
gayed.
you gayed?
Are you guys gayed? Well, really, that's no one's business if you are.
Okay, we'll sell this right
That's
now.
a personal thing.
We'll sell this right now. If any of the cast is gay, it's totally fine. But if you're gay, please step forward. Oh, well,
there we go.
What are you? Why are you pointing at me, Bubba?
It's the wrong.
There you go. You
I-
got
Bubba's only big gay
My
for
fiance came in and spoke on camera.
Bubba will only be gay with Bigfoots. For the sake of the show.
Shit.
All right. So it's getting late. So we're gonna not do cathedrals and bells tonight.
I don't know about taking one for the team, guys. That's
Come on, Bubba. If you got a camera and a Bigfoot wants to have sex with you, you better give it up and start filming.
What about the guy who claimed to be molested by Bigfoot in a riverbed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely you guys haven't forgotten that.
I'm telling you,
No.
none of you have
That
ever
guy's
seen it.
famous.
I know
He's
you
famous.
guys have seen it, but some
Guy got
people are
millions
artists.
of
You've never seen that.
He got molested.
Yeah.
I'm
That was
gonna, need a
nuts,
fucking
though.
place. I'm gonna need a blunt after this show. Holy shit.
Yeah, Bubba, if you're ever getting, sexually harassed by big hairy man.
And do not watch.
That's terrible. You guys are
You
terrible.
film that stuff.
And do not watch Sasquatch Sunset. Trust me.
I remember.
Oh,
Don't watch it.
I've got to see that movie so bad. I mean, it's not like
no,
it's
you
just
don't.
around to
No, you
watch
don't.
stuff. You guys have seen it?
So we've seen clips.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Dude.
No, it's not.
So no, we saw
I
clips, and no,
Yeah,
I'm not.
it looks
I'm not going to
hilarious.
Wow.
I forgot we have a phone number. You guys can call into the show if you want to. If you want to right now, if you got to look, I'm going to give the phone number. I'm going to put it in the chat room. This is a number to Weird Frequencies for now on 401-615-4409. You can call right now and talk to us if you want to. If you got something to add to the show. It's through Google Voice. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this, Tyler. It's super easy.
That is cool.
So
I see this going wrong very fast.
right? Well,
think of what it's going to do on the other show.
you would not want to do this on live radio, like going through the airwaves, especially with people like Skeletor that might call in. But
No.
I'm actually not worried about Skeletor,
yeah,
but no, it's other people, you know.
but even if anyone wants to test it for us right now, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. 401-615-4409 is our number. We could put it on the screen. Like next week, we'll put it on the screen for people to call in, like
On a
during the show.
banner or something.
Yeah, next week will be like call in Friday or something. Call in Sunday. We're gonna do all call in people. You can talk to us. But anyway, call us tonight. 401-615-4409. 4409. Oh, here we go. We got a call. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Housekeeping. Would you like a mint?
Hello, welcome to Weird Frequencies, Tyler. Oh, wait. Hold on. You got nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's coming through the computer.
Yeah, I mean,
Did I try to call you? Call me back. Sorry, do that one more time.
Hello?
It hung up or
I'm
something.
sorry. I was trying to call my radio's phone number.
Who did you get a hold of?
Someone's
I'm
calling.
sorry to bother you. No, I'm not Chinese. Okay, bye. Somebody else might call. Well, who the hell did I get a hold of?
It worked. Try it one more time.
I swear to God, if this goes to instead of going to Maine,
It's going to go to
yes,
7-Eleven.
I would like General So's chicken. Yeah, an egg roll. Yeah, some wonton soup.
That's where the number is.
All right, 615.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Include the area code, dude. 401-615.
That's what I have. I have the area code.
Okay.
I'm gonna put.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Me. All right. I hear the phone ringing.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, I accepted it. Hello, Weird Frequencies listener.
Yeah, Bubba's old.
Well, there's a little echo. We might have to work on that. But say a couple sentences.
It's probably because it's close to his headphones.
Yeah, I think it's close to my headphones. Yeah.
Tyler, try going in the
Don't listen to the radio while you're talking. Don't you know that? That's a
Listener,
rule.
please turn down your radio.
Yeah, listener, turn down your damn radio. No, try it again. Don't listen to the
Sorry
radio.
about that. This is actually the first time I've actually talked to you where Bubba's really quiet. It's very
We are not taking
So is it
requests
going
right
through your
now.
phone or is it going through the computer?
I have my phone up to my microphone and it's on speaker.
Okay, so everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, they can't hear. You know, he just hung up. So there you have it. Okay, it works. Cool. So it's really calling my phone, obviously, but I don't want to give all you crazy people out there my real phone number.
So you got a phone line. That's awesome. I'll look into that.
Yeah. So I'll show you how to do it. Simple. It's cool, and you can do that use it on your show, dude. Have people call in. So
Awesome.
yeah, I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but you know,
Do you do daytime requests too, or?
No, don't lose that number. Don't call me during the day. All right. So to end the show, do we want to talk about? I'll let you guys choose, and we'll let the room choose too. Everybody can vote. Bigfoot or new news on the moon? New news on Bigfoot or new news about the moon? Which is going to freak you out, actually.
As long as it's not new nudes of Bigfoot.
Why would you put that in? You already know where my vote's at. It's the moon.
The moon, okay.
Could you imagine a Bigfoot that had no hair on it whatsoever?
No, I try not to very often.
Gross, hairless cat.
It would be. I bet it would be a creepy looking creature. I mean, even more so than with hair.
Just be a really tall humanoid.
In
my opinion.
So, all right, we got to vote for the moon so far. Let's see. Skeletor's thinking about calling in. There you go, 401-615-4409. So.
Oh, this should be a clean one. Holy shit.
Oh, no. Be good, Skeletor.
He usually is over here on this show.
Well, at least he won't get a $30,000 fine on the internet like he would on the radio. Although you have 7 seconds to, there's a 7-second delay on the radio, but you want to know a secret? You can keep calling them back. If you really want to mess with a DJ, just call them back like 3 times and go, motherfucker. And then the third time, though, they can block you in an hour, and then they're up to 21 seconds that they backed up in their track, you know, and it can't be reset until the top of the hour. So, yeah, so if you call them the 4th time or the 5th time, that's not going to get censored. It's like, so, you know, with a live broadcast.
Wow. Which station do we try it with?
I don't know. I'm not telling you to do it, but you know, it's an FCC probably.
I got friends on YMG.
But
friends on
isn't that funny? That's how you do it. That's something we shouldn't have said to Skeletor, probably. But there you go. That's some evil knowledge for you, Skeletor, about pranking a radio show.
We here at Weird Frequencies do not condone such actions. We just wish to share knowledge.
He said, "Oh, shit, let me calling in now to." No, I better not even say the station. Anyway, let us know how that goes. Record it, will you? Skeletor. Tomorrow we'll hear about some radio host getting fired.
At least we get to hear his voice.
Yeah.
We won't send in a picture.
Yeah.
Just let Rob know so he doesn't.
Well, he looks like a
real picture
robe with like yellow face and
broomstick. He sent in pictures before.
I know, not those kind of pictures.
Okay, we're gonna blow you away with some moon stuff here. So first of all, Joe Rogan is pushing on the moon, right? And he's just he's just bringing back some stuff about it. Let's listen to it a little bit. All right, here we go.
I like Joe Rogan.
So do I. That's why I don't mind listening to a little bit of his show here. It's interesting. Here we go.
And he's no bullshit. Like
no.
There is no sound.
No audio. Yep. But I know there's a lot of people that don't like Joe Rogan, but
sometimes he gets weird, but sometimes he's pretty good.
But he tells it like it is, though. It's
Sorry, trying to find it again here. Where'd you go, Joe?
it just may not always be what people want to hear. What's this guy talking about?
He's trying to find there. It's right there. Go there. You go. Okay, pause it. Turn your volume up on the left-hand corner there. Facebook is really bad. I hate that. Still nothing. What the hell?
Oops.
I would have checked the volume one more time.
Send it to me real quick. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. All right. Can I?
So Joe Rogan said something about the moon. We're still trying to figure out what he said.
No, there was that other guy that was just on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what he was talking about. Not what to do with Joe Rogan. It was another video.
He's just
All right,
talking
let me
about
know
his
if you guys.
forehead. I don't know.
Let me know if you guys hear it. Oh, that's what it is.
What?
Their volume, the video's muted.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's why he's having trouble with it. He muted it.
They muted it on purpose.
Looks like it.
Well, Joe's just going on and on about, how if you watch the movies, that they just looks fake to him, and he just, he thinks that maybe even,
Watch it play.
Been with the
just watching
gravity. He goes, those people are not behaving.
There you go.
Earth's gravity. He goes, when I look at it, it looks like it's in slow motion, but there's no indication that they can do things that you can't do in regular gravity. He's like, 1/6 Earth gravity is crazy. Like, could you look, I weigh 200 pounds. Imagine if I weighed 1/6 of 200 pounds with 200 pounds of strength, how high I could jump. Dude, I'd probably jump 20 fucking feet in the air. Like, what is that? What is 1/6 of 200?
Roughly 35 pounds.
Okay. Imagine how far I can throw 35 pounds. I could take a 35-pound kettlebell and chuck it across the room. Especially if I wind up, if I spin around like a fucking shot putter, I'll fucking throw that thing. Imagine what you could do with a running start if you weighed 35 pounds and just leaped in the air. You could fly. This was his take on it. He was like, we don't have any observable instances of people operating in 1/6 Earth gravity except for the moon missions. And he said, and it just always seems weird to me. He goes, because when you look at the people in zero gravity, they behave exactly like zero gravity. You look at people in the space station, he goes, all that matches. They can all float around, they can spin. It seems funny. They can like drift toothpaste to each other and they catch it. He goes, all that tracks. It's like the moon landings. He goes, like, it's weird. He goes, I see them, they're like kind of hopping around. And then when you speed it up, like when you make it double speed, it looks like they're on Earth, just hopping around on Earth.
Also, were they live streaming it?
Yes.
I mean, back then, your phone was attached to the wall in the kitchen, and you know what I mean? Like,
right, but they could do some things live streaming back then. Here's part of the problem with it, though. When they live streamed it on television, the news stations, for the first time ever, were not allowed to get a direct feed. What they did was they had to point their cameras at a projection screen. And so NASA projected the images of these guys, the video of these guys on the moon. And that's why the original Apollo mission is so grainy and shitty looking. Like, what better way to hide the weirdness of it all than to make people film off of a projection screen? Like, see if you can find the original footage of the moon mission as seen on television. It's all weird, man. All of it's weird. The photographs are weird. It's weird.
There was this documentary that I saw once. It came out around 91, maybe, and it tracked the lives of the men who had been on the moon. The first ones that had been, I don't know if it's the first, but the first couple waves. And they all had these crazy existential experiences. One guy spent the rest of his life looking for Noah's Ark. I think one of them committed suicide. One was like a born again.
Yeah, well, they were probably forced to lie in front of the world.
There you go. That's good, Tyler. That's pretty wild stuff they're talking about there, man. So now, this is the last thing I want to show before we go to bed, just to blow everyone's minds. This blew my mind, I'll tell you that.
So here's what they're talking about. Here's the original footage. Here's the original footage from the moon landing. Now, the argument has been that the only way they could do it is have their video cameras positioned at a TV by the in front of a TV that NASA had given them that showed the landing.
Yeah, and so they had to film it off of a screen.
Right. Now, the argument against it is that this is a recording, and the reason it looks so grainy is because you're recording this through NBC's camera off a TV that NASA
off a projector. Yeah.
Off a projector, yes. That has always been one big argument that even as someone who believes we landed on the moon, I don't understand. Because something like that, you figure you broadcast worldwide.
Well, that's only if you had the capability to do it, though.
Right, that's true.
I mean,
I didn't mean to take that down, Tyler. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I was done with it.
I
anyway.
mean, you can do like radio calls, or phone calls, kind of in real time. But back then, they didn't have live streaming video.
Yeah, the whole process
from a different
there was
planet.
like a 6-second delay at least. They said, or 9 seconds or something like that. Really long delay, but they did somehow broadcast it through satellites, and they had satellites then, that they did loop it to, but they did it somehow.
Yep.
But anyway, watch this. This is from Flat Earth Library, which I'm just shouting them out. I'm not approving of what their beliefs
Tyler
are.
created that website.
They just shared it anyway. But anyway, here you go.
Tyler owns that domain name.
Am I?
Already have a fully detailed spinning globe with continents perfectly mapped on.
Yeah, hold on. Listen to
Printed.
this again.
If the first humans to ever walk on the moon did it all the way back in 1969, then how on earth did Universal Studios already have a fully detailed spinning globe with continents perfectly mapped on it? Printed
cartography.
Back in the 1920s. Like,
say that again?
It's called cartography or map making.
It's called we live on the damn planet.
How they know what the globe looked like in the 20s, though, if we didn't even go there until the 60s.
Well, they had constantly updated, the shape of a globe over years, using, what sailors had mapped and stuff like that.
decades before anyone supposedly saw what Earth looked like from space. And here's what'll really mess with your head. If nobody had ever been to space yet, who exactly described the shape of the Earth to the artists who drew that logo? A scientist? A telescope? Or maybe someone who already knew something the rest of us weren't supposed to know yet? And one more thing before we even get started. Why is it that every single official photo of the full Earth from space looks slightly different every single time? Different sizes, different cloud patterns, almost like they were painted or generated, not photographed. Stay right there, because what you're about to hear next doesn't come from conspiracy corners of the internet. It comes from timelines, dates, and simple logic that anybody, even a 10-year-old, can follow. Here's the thing that most people walk.
Hold on a minute. Pause it. Please pause it. Because I'm going to have a fucking heyday with this shit. Because I hate this flat shit.
Okay.
He wasn't sit there and say, this is where I hate the Flat Earth Society. Okay? Because they want to sit there and they want to throw all these elaborate questions at you. We know the Earth is round because if the Earth was flat, like they're saying, then you would have sailors falling off the ocean into the void of space long ago. We know where the continents are because we found the continents because we walked the continents. Now, granted, some of these maps and and here's where a flat earther will go, but do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Yeah, we do know because we live on the goddamn planet. We live on it. I'm literally in North America right now.
The ice shelf stops them from going.
There is no such thing as a damn ice shelf. You stoned out motherfucker.
Universal Studios was founded in 1912. Their globe logo, showing a fully rounded Earth with land masses, was already being used by the 1920s. That's a fact. Go look it up. Now think about that carefully. The first satellite ever launched into orbit was Sputnik, and that happened in 1957. The first actual photograph taken of Earth from outer space came in 1946, and even that was a blurry black and white rocket camera shot that, honestly, barely showed anything.
I have
So
a
in
comment.
the 1920s, there were no satellites.
So you mean to tell me that there was no artist on the face of the planet that couldn't lay a map around a sphere and be like, this is what they might look like?
How do they do it so accurately? You know,
By the way,
I guess we have
It-
mappers and people have drawn it
I
up
mean,
already. And
There are people who trace very well.
By
You
the
can
way,
put carbon paper under a map.
and measure, you know.
Yeah. And all that
just-
stuff.
I just disproved this video. I just disproved it.
Yeah.
Okay. They said 1912 Universal Pictures was founded, correct? That's what the video said?
No, they said 1920 was when the globe was made.
Yeah.
1920 was when, okay, so they're saying 1920, so never mind. Shit.
What?
It said they're founded in 1912. It said something like that, about 1912. What did it say right here?
Masses was already being used by the 1920s. That's a fact.
Go back.
Universal Studios was founded in 1912.
Okay.
The globe logo, showing a fully rounded Earth with land masses, was already being used by the 1920s. That's a fact.
1920s. Okay.
Right.
See.
Pretty interesting.
So
though.
then
Looks like-
Sputnik wasn't until another 30 years later.
Now think about that carefully.
He said, "Go look it up." Tyler was like, "Okay, motherfucker,
Look it up
don't
right
tell
now.
me that."
The first satellite ever launched into orbit was Sputnik, and that happened in 1957. The first actual photograph
an
of
artist's
the Earth from outer
interpretation of a
space came in
flat map, though?
1946. And even that was a blurry black and white rocket
sure
camera
that's
shot
not the
that
photo. the
honestly
first
barely
photo.
showed anything.
I don't know why
So
it
in the
is.
1920s, there were no satellites, no rockets reaching space, no astronauts, nothing. Just people standing on the ground looking up at the sky. Yet somehow,
There
a
were
Hollywood
airplanes.
in Los Angeles had a crisp, clean, rotating globe of planet Earth as their logo, with the right continents, in the right places, shaped exactly the way we're told it looks from space. How? Who told them? What were they looking at when they did it?
Cartographers.
That question alone should make you stop everything you're doing right now and actually think. And it doesn't
No.
stop there. Because once you start pulling that thread, everything starts to unravel a little. Think about this. NASA was created in 1958. The moon landing was 1969. But the idea of a perfectly spherical Earth, shown from a specific angle, from a specific distance, was already being used in mass entertainment and advertising way before any of that.
Yeah, because the
Grand
moon is
McNally
round.
globe. We're talking the 1800s here. Classrooms all over the world, teaching kids about a spherical Earth with very specific dimensions and, you know, a certain curvature. All of that was already happening long before a single person ever left the atmosphere. Now look, we're not saying the Earth is flat.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Something a lot more specific and honestly a bit more uncomfortable than that. We're asking, who decided what shape the Earth was? How did they know? And, well, why did major corporations already have that globe imagery locked in and ready to go before the so-called space age even started?
Yep.
Adam?
I blame cartographers and aeronautics who designed planes to fly around the world.
That's true. We were flying all over the place.
Because
Yeah.
here's where it gets genuinely unsettling. When the Apollo 8 crew took what's known as the Earthrise photo back in 1968, the one that supposedly changed how humanity saw itself, magazines, schools, and companies had already been printing that same rounded Earth image for decades. Either someone figured out the shape of the Earth centuries before anyone admitted it publicly, or the story we've all been told about how and when we discovered what the Earth looks like. Yeah, it's got some serious holes in it. If that made your brain do a little spin, good. That means you're thinking.
I got it figured out.
I know, this is so frustrating, Tyler. I know.
The aliens told them that the Earth was round.
All right.
You never know.
I'm going to, okay. I'll bring this up too. I like how we're supposed to go to bed. So this guy, a few years ago, back 6 years ago. AWA Astronomy. He took a camera and connected it to his weather balloon, and he released the weather balloon in the atmosphere. This is what he photographed. You're going to notice, pulls back a little bit. There you see the ground, several thousand feet up, blah, blah, blah. There you see the sky, clouds, and all that stuff. Wait for it, all you flat earthers, especially my brother-in-law who's probably watching. I'm surprised it's not pissed me off yet. Goes up a little higher, and oh, what's that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Oh my God, it's a curve! It's a curve! Look at that!
Wow, that's cool. Look at that.
Tyler, it could just be a round table.
Adam, I will
What
disown
if
you.
it's not? What if it's like a plate shaped? It's round.
No, because that
but it's
gets
also
rid of the
flat.
whole ice wall thing. No.
So see,
Nope.
look.
Because
Right
then all
there.
the continents should be right there in that camera shot.
I
And-
can
Wow,
take
look at
take a
that.
plate and do this with it.
But you can't fly around the plate if there's an ice wall.
That
Why not?
is
You can fly over.
You know, one thing that astronauts talk about is how thin that layer is that protects us on the
Dude,
planet.
if you look at that camera though, where it's at, I get kind of creeped out because it's like it looks like it's in space right now, like it's gone.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It's
There's
in
no
the
way
upper
up there. That's
atmosphere.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was
it's
cool.
obviously whatever causing it to spin like that up that high.
The
Just
drafts
the
and everything,
twisting of
probably,
the
yeah.
rope from the balloon.
Yeah. But,
Twisting back and forth.
yeah, so when I first watched that, I thought, well, that is an interesting coincidence. But I think, you guys thoroughly debunked it.
They did.
So there,
The one
so
thing
there
that me
goes.
and Adam can both agree on, it's when to bash the fuck out of a flat earther.
Yeah.
And when their video starts off all smug, like, are you paying attention? Look this
Yeah.
up. Don't you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't believe me? Look it up.
Look it up.
That's great. Well, so next week on the show, we're gonna do cathedrals and bells, and why were they taken away, and why were they changed, and what were they originally used for, and also we're gonna talk about some new Bigfoot news. There's a new Bigfoot body. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, so I just did a little dive on this because I was curious.
Okay.
The first globe, the oldest surviving globe, is from 1492.
No
Is that a
kidding.
picture of it?
Let me see here.
So I mean, we were smart enough even back then to figure out the Earth was
1492,
round.
wasn't that-
Yeah.
Well, hold on. 1492, like, isn't that date like significant with like Magellan or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Just saying.
So we're doing some pretty good mapping.
Well, and we can't believe Columbus because we know he didn't find America.
True.
So hold on.
It's
Here
pretty
we go.
wild, I guess how accurate they got it.
Here you go.
know.
I got it if someone wants to share it. This is the picture of the oldest surviving globe from 1492.
I'm gonna shit if it's like flat.
Shocker, it's not.
Spoiler.
So I'm just waiting for either Rob or Tyler to share it because I don't have the authority to share it.
Oh, I thought
I
you
haven't
were
got
gonna do
it
it,
yet.
Tyler.
I haven't got it.
No, it's through StreamYard.
Oh, it's okay. That's why.
Yeah, because remember, I know how to do that. 'Cause I just don't have authority. There you go. Yep. So there it is.
Wow.
And it can be spun in its little cradle, and then it's covered by the lid to protect it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. So, oh
So
no.
there you go, flat earthers.
It's like, oh no, how can we have a globe in 1920? We've had them for over 500 years before that.
The German navigator Martin Behem had figured it out even back then.
Yep.
So there you go. That's awesome.
There you go, everybody.
And also next week we got Bigfoot news. There's a Bigfoot body that's been found, and also a guy that me and Bubba interviewed, Rick Dyer, is back in the news and back in TV and acting like his stupid story that he told on our show and lied to us years ago was true. And we're going to revisit that interview a little bit and see the new interview that he's doing. So, but anyway,
That'll be
and
fun. That
yeah.
guy was something else.
Yeah, he was. And also Cathedrals and Bells next week. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Everybody.
I will not be on next week, unfortunately, because I have to work. I'm going
Adam, go ahead and write him up now.
All right, I'll get on it.
All right.
You know he's upset.
I'll
that
just
he's
sign
missing
it
the
later.
Bigfoot story.
That's a Bigfoot story. I'm not missing much.
You're going to be so upset. Trust me.
Watch the weather. Have a good week, everybody.
Yeah, be careful tomorrow. See you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.